To be alone and not lonely. To be alone and not lonely. How do you find that? How do you know that? What's the discernment in your system? If loneliness arises, where does it arise? How do you know it? Is it a sensation, a thought? This just goes to the very heart of IFS and effortless IFS for me, where we start with just a simple discernment between self and parts. As far as everything that's here that arises, it's self or parts. And then we get to know self. It's other words for it are beingness, what is, or the sense of the sky, where there's an absence of lack, sense of fulfillment in self. We do have qualities of self. Notice there's no lack in self. And then there are parts. And the parts, the burdened parts have a sense of want, right? Have a sense of a future, of something to get something, even if it's very subtle, right? Even if you won $10 million, parts would be like, okay, what do we do with this? How do we keep this happiness? What do we do, right? Yourself just already is that. And so when it comes to being alone and not lonely, self kind of always is alone, but that aloneness is really different, right? Because it's not self. Also, there's in this beingness, one of Dick Schwartz's favorite words for this is connectedness. There's a connectedness here. So in that connectedness, you could say there's an aloneness, but it's not alone like I'm separate from you. In that aloneness, as self, there's nothing missing here. There's no lack. It can't find loneliness in self. You just can't find it. But then we also get to celebrate. But it's not, okay, I'm just going to be self. I'm just going to be this. And loneliness, oh, that's bad. No. The loneliness, it's the parts that are just, it's a celebration of life. It's like, yes, and I love being with my girlfriend. I love being with my friends. I love being with my parents and stepping outside and being with people. And it's just, it's that yearning for connection. It's like that too. Sometimes we call this a simultaneous awareness of like the self and parts. And I know some of you might be saying, wait a minute, Sid, but sometimes you talk about everything is pervaded by self and it's of self. Sure. And then it becomes even like, then it continues to be rich because then it continues to unfold with the parts and self with I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about the loneliness, how that plays, but it's a very beautiful yearning for connection. And we want to celebrate that. But then just, it's nice to know, really clear on the discernment that sanctuary is always here, home is always here, this aloneness. And the aloneness of self, where there is just the fulfillment and okayness. How's that going for you as we play with, I want to just, how's that going? I don't want it to be, well, this is Sid giving a bunch of words. Like what we're interested in is your system. How do you play with that quote? And I just use it because it's provocative, it's interesting, it helps us with the discernment between self and parts. And then how deeply can we know self? Can we touch this aloneness where there's just nothing missing, there's only fulfillment? And then contrast that with the parts that are, no, gosh, me, I was here by myself last weekend. It's like, I love weekends to go out with people. It's like, and I was definitely feeling loneliness in that. And it's like loneliness, gosh, darn it, I wish I could go dancing with my friends tonight. It was like that. And we get to just include it all. We get to celebrate that. And I think I'm kind of getting a little lost, digressing with all of this. But I hope that's helpful. And let me know what you think. Or again, like Sid, this video was just nonsense, right? I love comments or Facebook. Go on our Facebook group, IFS Non-Dual Community, or message me on the Effortless IFS site, effortlessifs.com, and I'll do another one. Let me know if this was off. It's like, no, Sid, you need to do it this way. Let me know as we all explore together. I hope it's helpful, and nice being with you.